Hi, welcome to Gary's Hobby Studio. In this video, I'm going to finish up this series on showing you how to install the visual editor and the create page extension for MediaWiki. This way you can add a link to the sidebar, and that way you can click on it to create a new page. And before we get started, I would like to ask you that if you like the content, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get note and select all so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video, and share it with anybody that you feel that will benefit from any of my videos. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you remember from last time, we came over here and you saw the MediaWiki sidebar editor, and where it just has you view the source code and read it. So I'm going to need to log out. Hopefully I can remember the password, because we have to log in as the actual administrator, which, let's see. Okay, I think I figured it out. Hopefully, because I don't use this one that much. So let's see. There it is. And I think I saved the password in the browser, so there we go. All right, so now that we're here, what you want to do is you want to go to Special Pages, and then you want to go to User List, and here's the one. Now, the admin has Bureaucrat, Interface Administrator, and Administrator, and you notice this one doesn't, so I have a feeling you have to be Bureaucrat. We'll find out. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this here. And that's not... All right, let's go back. Let's see. Let's do this and try that. Okay, that didn't work either. Let's go back to Special Pages. I think it's User Rights. Okay. All right. So let's try just making myself a bureaucrat. Leave it, it does not expire. And we'll save that. So now I'm a part of the bureaucrat. So let's log out. And let's log in. Ugh. There we go. Okay, so now that I'm a bureaucrat, and it looks like I can even, maybe? Looks like I can even change it now. I should have probably looked at that in the first place. All right, so now if we go back to the main page, which we were in the wrong thing anyway, so that's fine. We'll click on sidebar. Now, see, you still can't... Okay, so it looks like that's not the setting we need. So let's go back to Special Pages. We'll see if we can just change the rights as we're logged in. Because I always assumed you had to be in the administrator account to be able to do rights. So let's do... let's try Interface Administrator and see what that does. Okay, so we saved that. And we did the same thing again. I'm in the wrong tab. All right. Ah. Now that we just did that, you know what? Let me go back. I want to try one thing real quick. Let me take out... And I keep doing it. I keep doing it in the wrong page. Let me take out this and just make sure that it wasn't because I didn't refresh the page. Because it could have been that, but... Okay. Yeah, you have to be interface administrator to do that. So let's go back and let me click on the right tab this time. Let's go to special pages, user rights, look up the user. And then we'll change it to that and take that off just to see what that does. All right, so we've changed that. Let's go over here. Okay, so now as you see here, it changed from view source to edit. So now we can edit this page because it'll come in handy later. All right, so now let's go ahead and go to MediaWiki. And we want to do some extensions. So the first extension we're going to do, and they probably have it listed here. You can browse through extensions. And we want the visual editor, and usually they have a popular list. And I'm just trying to find that page because it's here. I think it's Get Extensions. That'll probably give it to us. Maybe. That is not what I wanted. This always happens. Let's see. Now let's just go to all extensions instead of... So we want to find... Because I know there's usually a list of popular ones, but that's all right. Here we go. Visual Editor is what we want to install. And you want to download the extension. You want to make sure that 137 is selected. If you have a different one, you know, hit the drop down and select it. But I installed the most current one. So we're going to go with that one. All right. And then it should... So we want to save the file. All right. Now this here's, I don't know why they haven't edited this page because the new version, the 137, you have to add the HTML. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this command right here. And we're going to go to the Puma text editor. Paste it there. Add the HTML. And then we're going to highlight the whole thing, copy it, open up our command prompt window. And we're going to do... And I typed in the password wrong. Now the beauty is it remembers all the settings and everything, so we should be able to... Well, we got to do the one first. So we've already copied the command, so we will paste it in like so. Not open such file. Oh, crap. You have to be in the directory. Okay, now that we're in the right directory. Okay, now it's added to it. So then what you can do is that you can click on return to the visual editor extension page. And it should tell you how to do it. Now, the nice thing about 137 is you don't need parsoid anymore. You needed it before, but now you don't. So what we're going to do now is that we are going to edit the local settings file. Nano var, and I'm doing it again. Sorry. Let me, there. That should help. So nano /var /www/html/ MediaWiki / okay, and then you're going to come all the way down here to the end. Okay, just past the load vector, and then you're going to add this information so that I add this just so that way I know what's what. So you would add a hashtag. Okay, so that you know that this is the visual editor. And you want to do WF. Wish my fingers would quit tripping. Okay, and that'll enable it for anybody that you create. Now this is totally optional. This is so that way it doesn't allow users to disable it. Totally up to you if you want to put it in or not. Depends on how you feel about it. Okay, so now that that's edited, we're going to output, exit. We're going to go back to our MediaWiki, and it's going to reload the page, maybe. Did I do something stupid? I think I did. Yeah, something I did. It didn't like. Okay, I see where I messed up, or should I say fucked up, because I actually did. I don't have a problem using the proper words because I'm a fucking idiot sometimes. I did not include that last little thing, believe me, and you'll see as you do this, One little slip up screws everything up. So now, if we output and exit, go back here, reload, ta-da! Okay, so now if we do this and reload, now here's the thing: when you edit this page, the sidebar, when we do the next part, this you cannot do with the visual editor, but you can with everything else. So let's go back to the test page. Okay, there's test page. All right, and now you see up at the top you have read, edit, edit source, and history. So once we changed it to interface administrator, you edit source, and this is the way you would do any kind of editing. Now you can either edit in source if you want to do it, or you can switch to the visual editor because we have it set as the default. And what this does, and I'll demonstrate a couple of things for you, is that now you can see you have, is something like using Word or Notepad or WordPad or any kind of text editor. You have a few little options. Like here is where you can insert images. And let's go ahead and I'll show you that real quick. So we're going to insert media here. And I happen to download a picture. Now it may not work because there might be something else we have to do, but let's just give it a shot anyways. So in downloads, I downloaded this picture. We're going to open, and you got to check mark this is my work. That there, description, AMD, just give it a little description, couple of characters, whatever you want to do. And, you know, if you want to change the name of it, you can change it here. Click on save. Shows the image eventually. Click use this image. Now you can either leave it here, you can put a caption, alternative text, whatever you want to do, or you can click on advanced if you want to do that. Now you could have it sit left, center, right, wrap text around. I usually uncheck it. Thumbnail, and we do insert, and there you go. And now there's a picture of what I uploaded. Now here's the thing: you can click on this to edit it, grab a hold of it. You can make this as big or as small as you want. Okay. And, you know, so if you're doing any kind of like instructions for doing something and you take the pictures from the page, because I've done that on a few things, you can actually download the pictures, put them in, and set it up like whether you want it to, because it doesn't pull, like if you tried to copy it and paste it in there, it doesn't do it as like to where it's neat. So I always like to add the text, and then whether I'm typing it, copying it, whatever, and then add the picture and stuff like that. Because that's what I've done for some things at work on the MediaWiki that I run in VirtualBox. But this way here, you can, you know, and you can edit it however you want. You know, again, you can go back to here, you know, just scribble some text, alternative text, and apply changes. And then, like if it's a picture and you just want to title it, you know, AMD wallpaper or, you know, whatever, you can do that too. It's whatever you want to do. And that's the nice thing about it, is that you can do this. So, and luckily we didn't have to edit all that other stuff. So that's the visual editor. And you can also, like, you can add links, bullet points, you can insert. Now it says media, which is other files. I've been having problems trying to upload like Word documents or anything of the kind, even though I have them enabled. So I still have to work on that because they keep changing things. I think it worked in the older one that I have, but it doesn't, because they've changed so much. And to me, if you're using it as a private WIC, you should be able to upload any file you want, whether it's an exe file, a batch file, a text file, a thing. But it's funky the way it works, and I don't understand why. But in this here, you can like do bold, italics. And one other thing you can do, and let's see, as soon as I can get there we go. So if you do control, let me close that, come back down here. Okay, and we hit Control B for bold, and now I know there's a keyboard shortcut of hitting something a couple of times that'll create a header, but you can also do it by Control and the number 2, and it just created a heading, and then you press Enter, and then you come down here and you could type whatever text. And once you hit 4 of those, it creates a nice little table up here at the top. And let me see. I know I'll end up and I don't know if I don't think I can zoom in on this that much. So hopefully you'll be able to see it. But this is in my Cisco folder because I keep, or Cisco information in the MediaWiki for work. So I know how to reset the voicemail password. I've done it enough I don't remember. But the nice thing is that I can copy that information and paste it to somebody in an email who needs it that's like new at the help desk, or I can create a Word document or a Google Doc with that kind of information and share it with them and stuff like that. But as you can see here, this is the contents on that. As a matter of fact, let me do a new one and I will show you what I'm talking about. And come on, let me move it over. All right. So as you can see here, okay, here's the page, here's the discussion, and then there's Cisco, information on Cisco products, which is what I have it here. Here's the same contents menu that I showed you. But after you hit, like once you hit number 4, that's when this appears, and then anything after, you know, and it just keeps growing depending upon how much stuff that you put in. So as you can tell, I have 8 items right here. And here's the reset voicemail password number 1 that's right underneath it. And these are hyperlinks. So you click on it, it'll jump down to it. So you don't have to scroll down. Like say I needed to click on to tell somebody how to enable the VPN on their desk phones, because I can't remember the whole thing, but I click on it, it takes me down, and the steps are right there. Because I don't have people asking me that a lot. But that's why I do it, because there's going to be things that I'll probably do over and over again, but it's nice to have it there because, again, I can share it with somebody. It's also nice to have it so that I can click on things, you know, like click on Cisco and go, oh, okay, changing forwarded lines, click on that, and it'll tell me the steps for it. Because there's some things that I don't do enough to remember, and I mean, it could be months, and believe me, there's plenty of things in this MediaWiki for work that does that, and I'm like, I can't remember this stuff because it happens so infrequently. But once you do so many, it creates that, and it's really nice. So it's definitely a nice feature on that. So no, I don't want to save that. So now you see how to insert a file of at least a picture. And also, if you create enough headings, then it will save it and start giving you that I call it the table of contents. So as you can see, now you have the visual editor set up and installed. And believe me, if you screw up the typing, it will screw up. So now the next thing we want to download and install is the Create Page. I'm trying to pull back up the, there we go. All right, so the next is, like I said, the Create Page one. So let's go back and we click on Get Another Extension. This is what I was trying to get to. So basically, it doesn't have it here, so we're going to have to search for it. Now there's create a page. I'll have to look at that extension. That one might actually be better, maybe. Okay, so it's CreatePageUw. And again, it automatically gives you the MediaWiki. So we're going to download the latest. It'll automatically prompt you to download it once the time's out. I want to save the file. And once it saves the file, and I forgot to copy the command here. Now, basically, you know, again, you can pretty much just add the HTML when you, and if you hit Control-Shift-V, it'll paste it. Then you want to come back, HTML / and then it'll extract it to its proper location under the right folder, which it just did. So then now what we want to do is re-edit Nano again. We want to scroll back down all the way to the bottom. And then this is the stuff that you want to type in. Now, you can organize it however you want. If you want to keep all the WF load whatever's together, you can do that. It doesn't matter. To me, I like keeping things as I'm adding the modules. Then this way I know if there's a problem. I find the create page heading that I just created with the hashtag and all the codes right there. And I know I need to look at that. So we want to do the WF load extension page UW and then now you want to set this create page UW use VE so that it knows to use the visual editor when that happens, because if you don't, it uses the regular source code editor, which again, if you want to do it that way, that's totally up to you. I like the visual editor because it's a lot nicer, you know. The only time I like using the source code is, like I said, editing the side page, which we will be getting to that next. All right. Equals true. And that's it for that. So we'll do that. Output, exit. Okay, so now what we want to do is go back to the main page, which should reload the whole thing, but we're going to refresh it anyways. All right, so now that that page has been refreshed, now here's where this comes into play. So we're going to edit source. And I need to lean that back so I can look. And okay, so here we go. So what we want to do is you want to edit the navigation here. Now I leave the main page first. You can do whatever you want, because this way when you go back to the main page, you'll see the beginning. So we want to do this, hit enter to create a space. You want to hit 2 asterisks, space, and then you want to do special colon create page. Then you want to use the bar above the backslash above the enter key. And then you want to just give it a name like new page, create a page. I'm going to call it create a page. Okay. So once you do that, you hit save page. Now you notice that not only did it do this, but it also added it over here. And where you place it when you're editing the source code, will determine its place here. And again, you can do it however you want. You know, there's no rhyme or reason. It won't like alphabetically do it for you. So like if you create a Cisco page and then you create, you know, a Fred Flintstone page and then you create a zebra page, you know, but you actually put the zebra page first and then you put the Fred Flintstone page third, or, you know, well, zebra second, Fred Flintstone third. Okay, it's not going to automatically alphabetize it. There may be a way to do it. I don't know, because like I said, I haven't really deep dived. I just wanted to get it enough to get it to just basically use it like I'm using it. I'm wanting to expand it, and like I said, it's going to take time. So there probably will be future episodes on this as I progress and learn more about it and be able to configure it and everything. So now let's go back to the main page here. Now you notice it's not here because this page hasn't been refreshed. So we'll refresh this page. Now you notice it came up. Now, this is why we needed to add everything that we did before, because now when you create a page, it's going to ask you for the name. So let's go ahead and do Fred Flintstone. Submit. And it loads up. And voila, it creates Fred Flintstone. Okay, and we just created a new page. It used the default VisualEditor. Okay, and you'll get this stupid page. I don't know why. I think it's dumb. And here you can switch between visual editing and source code editing. Plus, you know, like it gives you create and create source. So you can actually switch back and forth if you really want to. Like I said, I mostly use it for documentation. So I just use the visual editor. And that is how that works. Then you save the page. You know, you can give it whatever text you want, click Save Page, and you now have a new page. Okay, so now, let's say you want to have it to where you can just click on Fred Flintstone over here. So now we go back to the sidebar, we edit the source, okay, and this is how you do it. So, let's see. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to come underneath the help about MediaWiki, hit a space. Now, for column headings, like how it says tools here, now it's built in, okay? So you want to hit a single asterisk once you hit shift. So single asterisk space. And you want to do the Flintstones, then you want to hit enter. You want to hit double asterisks again. And you want to go to, let's see, we called that Fred Flintstone. And you want to hold down the shift key and hit the bar above the enter key where the backslash is. And we called that, and see, we already called that the Flintstones. All about Fred. All right, and then we will save the changes, and there you go. Now, not only does it give it the heading, the Flintstones, to the right of the bar, you can give it any name you want to be displayed over there. To the left of that bar, you need to have the actual page specific so it knows where to go to when you click on it. So let's go back over here. refresh again. We now have that. So let's go to the main page first so that we're off that page. All right. So now let's check out all about Fred. And there you go. And it jumps you right to it. So that right there is how you edit that to give you that nice look. Now, granted, it's going to get long, but the way I look at it is, especially if you're using for documentation, like if you want to keep things about Windows or keep things about your own computers or anything like that, once you create a page with a link, just keep everything there, and that way when you click on it, you'll get that context menu, and then you can click on anything about it, like, you know, like if you've had this and then you change this, or you've had this error and this is what fixed it, or however you want to use it. If you want to set the logo for here, because it also bring you back to the main page. So that's where this next bit is going to come in, and I'm going to, okay. So what I want to do is I want to make sure, because what I want to do is I want to put this logo here, and it has to be no bigger than 135 pixels square. What I want to do is I want to back up one directory. Okay. And okay, so I want a CP any file .jpeg to var www html MediaWiki resources assets. Okay, so now that picture's copied, we go into resources, assets. Now, I recommend that you don't overwrite the original wic.png file. So what you want to do is if you highlight, and no, I can't rename it. Crap. Let's see. Should be able to do it here. Yeah. Rename, and if we copy that, and what we want to do is come back over here, go back into the MediaWiki settings, and we want to come down. Okay, so here is where the file is stored right here. So what you want to do is come over here, because if you updated it, and if you would have created your logo as wic.png, because this is what I read, because like I said, I haven't done it, so I can't swear to it, but they're saying that if you don't want to do that, because when you upgrade, apparently it will overwrite this, and it'll put it back to wic, well, it'll overwrite the files when you're updating it. So that's my mistake on what I was about to say. So if you would have renamed your logo to wic.png, and it overwrites that file with the wic.png that comes with the upgraded version, so now your logo is gone, to where if you use the name of the file, that way it can overwrite the wic.png file and your logo is still there. You might have to change this, because again, I don't know, I haven't upgraded, so I can't really definitively say this is exactly what's going to happen. I'm just going by what I've read. So you want to delete all that out, leave the double quote, Control-Shift-V, and it shortened over because it was way too long. But, and then we want to put .jpg for JPEG. At least I think that's the name of the file. Yes. Okay, so once that's done, Control-O, Control-X, that's saved. Let's come back over to our Wik. We're on the right page. So when we refresh, and you now have a logo. I have now Gary's Hobby Studio logo as the logo up there. So as you can see, that is how you add the visual editor, how you edit visually, and you can upload photos. Like I said, as far as like if you need to upload Word docs or any kind of config files, I have an issue with that because I can't do that yet, and it's driving me. I mean, the way I have it, it can upload it, but it's like I can't see the icon for the file, and I don't know why. And I'm sure it's a stupid configuration, and I'm betting any money it is, and I have to figure it out. But at least, like I said, if you're doing it just for simple things and not trying to upload config files or anything like that, should be able to do it without a problem. But that is all I have to show you about MediaWiki. Okay, and that's how you install MediaWiki. That's how you install the Create a Page and how you change the logo on your MediaWiki. And again, if you have anything that you want to ask, feel free to leave it down in the comments. I can't guarantee I will answer it. I know a couple people have asked, like, you know, how to back up the database. At this point in time, I have no idea. I mean, right now, especially on my main setup, I have it backing up to an external NAS. So the VM's backed up. And like I said, if something dies, I have a backup. I can restore without a problem. So as I always like to say, have a good day, guys, and take care.